we did get. It's really just a day of great news, to be honest with you. We also found out the Vince Staples Show is getting a season 2, which
Love
I'm
that,
just
man. Hell yeah.
woo.
I didn't know if it would because it seemed like Netflix hadn't put in like Vince did more than most people were gonna do. You said Vince Staples' friend said it shouldn't be the Vince Staples show. It should be Vince Staples' show. You know
Right.
what I mean? So because he did so much to create it. I'm glad, you know what I'm saying, they realized that I'm glad it was a hit, at least enough for it to get another season. And I hope let's get a full 8 to 10 episodes. You know what I mean? Get a man some help. You know what I mean? But I mean, he did a great job. But
Yeah.
yeah, well deserved. And I think he's a guy that is bigger than rap music. Bigger than I don't look at him as just a rapper. I would love to see him creating in different ways. And this is just one of the ways I would just love to see him continue to create, bro. He did an incredible job. I love the fuck out the show.
Yeah. I'm super excited it's coming back. I honestly didn't think it was, and I was at peace that was going to be the only season we got because
Really?
I mean we all heard the stories about how Vince just had to basically throw this shit on the back after Netflix left it out to dead,
Yep.
more or less, right?
I mean,
And
he
so,
touched on
yeah.
that at the premiere in front of the Netflix people. He mentioned that.
Yeah.
At the showing we were at. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm super glad it's back because like I said, Vince Staples, he's one of those dudes who I want anytime he wants to share anything with us, bro, just give it to us. Like just one of the most
sure.
interesting people on the planet to me, dog.
To the point where that they didn't help him. Like there were people that I know in the film industry were saying there were shots where the lenses weren't even clean.
Damn.
Like nigga, what you feel me? Like it's like that's inexcusable. You know what I mean? No, I mean and that's not Vince's fault. It's just like they didn't get a man the help he needed. Throw some money at the man. He deserves that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Help him to make it the best that it can be. If he did this with nothing, imagine what he could do with some real fucking support. He's earned that at least with this first season.
And then let the story be told of, I mean, a dude really betting on himself in a completely different field than a field he's already acclaimed in and pushing all his own chips in on a bet on himself and it paying off. And I will say, because I was frustrated with Netflix after some of the stuff we heard about the first season. Salute to Netflix for seeing that they fucked up and not just letting the algorithm decide whatever. You know, I mean, the fact they actually came back and said, okay, let's do it right. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to hear that. And I know a lot of people who've worked on shows at Netflix. It seems to be a great place. Like they don't come in and sit on you. It doesn't seem to be a great place in terms of the business side because it's such a black box in terms of like what they're going to fund or not. But they let him make his own show. They might not have supported it even as much as was appropriate, but I feel like they're going to let him do the same thing with the second season. I couldn't be happier about that. And it's great for the local economy here in Long Beach because they're about to be back all over the city again. I'm happy to hear that. So,
also, he dropped a great album. I love the album.
Oh yeah, Dark Times is so good, bro.
It took me a little while. I won't say it took me a little while. It took me through the first listen. I was kind of halfway listening. I was expecting it to grab me in the same way the other albums did. The last two albums did. It didn't grab me initially as much. I like it just as much for different reasons, though. The second listen was incredible, and I've been listening ever since it dropped, bro. Great album, bro. Vince he's really figured something out musically. Even where we thought he had found his sound, he changed the sound to a degree, and it still was a great album. So,
yeah, like I feel like I feel like this trilogy from his self-titled From Here to Ramona Park Broke My Heart to Dark Times, I feel like that is a rebirth of a sorts for Vince. I feel like there's a distinct chasm in his discography now before self-titled before and self-titled and after. And I feel like he's just carved out a sound that is distinctly and particularly only Vince Staples now. You know what I mean? So
and I feel that like I said, I feel like the sound was a little different, but I think it was he's tweaked it a little bit. You know what I mean? But I feel like his whole the context in which he speaks about things I think that really carries it, and he has a particular I think it sounded different, but it feel like it came from the same genre. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Where it sounded a little different, but it came from the same place.
It's and they've all got the same feel. It's all those his last three albums feel like solemn introspection. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This album felt a little bit more depressed than the other one. I don't know if that makes sense. But it seemed like he always speaks about survivor remorse a little bit in the last three, but this one seemed like it leaned more into it. Uh, but man, just beautiful music. I remember when he was made Big Fish, and he was talking about like the crowds and all that and what they expect. He's like, I'm making music for the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not like this cool. I'm not making that. I'm making music like I think like he was at that point he was talking. This was before he really got on his heater. He's been on the last three albums where he was trying to make music that was bigger than just rap. And I definitely think he's done that. I mean, these are great rap albums, but it doesn't. Yeah, I think it's bigger than just like the music he makes is just bigger than rap music. It doesn't necessarily feel like rap when you listen to it, even though it's a rap album.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it feels distinctly Vince Staples. Like it feels
Yeah,
like
for sure.
like he's like carved out
He's
his
the
own
genre.
subgenre in rap, right?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I won't talk too much about this because it's not my story to tell, but we were just talking about the Netflix thing. You know, this album ends his relationship with Def Jam. This is his
Yeah.
7th album. And this is the era that he came up in, that other intelligent young rappers are coming up in, that is a very different. I mean, not like the music industry was great in the 90s or something, but there was so much money flying around that it would cover up some of the bullshit, maybe, right? And I don't know if you saw what he wrote on Instagram, but I thought this spoke a lot to sort of what he's been through. But he said, 11 years ago, a young, uncertain version of myself was given an opportunity with Def Jam Recordings. I released my first project under their banner, Shine Cold Chain Volume 2, a year later. I was unsure of what to expect from the world of music, but deeply aware of what I needed. A change in my surroundings and a clear understanding of self. 10 years and 7 projects later, I've found that clarity. Now I share with you my final Def Jam release, Dark Times, May 24th. I'm just glad the dude, like Tyler said, man, I'm just glad the dude, I feel very grateful he's from my city. I feel very grateful to have some, you know, knowledge of him and who he is in Long Beach. Great person, great mentor, done a lot of work with kids, done a lot of work in North Long Beach to set up a recording studio that kids can go. You know, we talked about VIP Records on the east side and all of the Long Beach musical greats who came up there. He's a part of funding projects in the parks in North Long Beach to make sure that there's publicly available studios for kids to grow up learning in. And, you know, it's clear, like, from what he's doing with his show, like, he doesn't see music as his entire identity, but it's clearly a big part of his journey as an artist. And whatever that ends up entailing, whether that's more music, more TV shows, whether it's books, whether it's poetry, like whatever the fuck it is, I'm very excited to, you know, see what the next 10 years looks like from Vince Staples.
It does
sure.
feel like music's just the beginning for Vince Staples. You know what I mean? Like he's just so talented, and I think he's like, have you heard him talk about this album? I saw an interview with him talking about this album. Like, this is not the Vince that I usually see that's just cracking jokes. Like he's matured in a particular way, it seems. I don't know if you noticed that too, but like he just seemed to mature. I don't know. Maybe it was the guy that was interviewing him, but it seemed like it was. I think we're seeing a different side of Vince Staples than we've seen before. I think just music is just the beginning for him. He just seems like a dude that's just a talent that's going to do whatever the fuck he wants in this world. So
Yeah.
I'm here for all of it.
He's only 30 years old. Shit. You know, I mean,
30 is when you turn to like you turn a corner though.
your
in life.
brain is sort of fully formed at that point.
Yeah, I always say like it's like playing baseball and you can start seeing you start seeing like when the curveball's coming, when the changeup is coming. You start seeing the seams of the ball after the pitch is thrown a little better. So I'm saying that out of Vince. I mean, he was already killing shit prior. I can't imagine what he's gonna be doing now.
We've all had a difficult time buying tickets. Lakers games are expensive, but I try and find games to take my son Vinny to. It's hard to find good deals, especially at the last minute.
You shouldn't have to worry when you buy tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you.
The Lakers have a ton of home games the remainder of the year. I like that in the Game Time app, they have last-minute tickets. You can see views from every seat.
Game Time is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. Their all-in pricing shows your total up front, so you know you're getting a great deal before you buy. They also have the Game Time guarantee, which means you'll always get the best price.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time.
Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code J&J for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code JANDJ for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
We're this close to crowning an NBA champ, and with the action heating up on the court, it's even hotter at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. There are only 4 teams left, and DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with same game parlays, live betting, odd boosts, and so much more.
Think the T-Wolves will continue their hot streak? Or maybe you feel that the Pacers' Cinderella run continues. Throw up to $1,500 with DraftKings no sweat bet. New customers can deposit at least $5 and you'll get a bonus bet back equal to your first bet if it doesn't hit.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins. That's code Jenkins, Jenkins, for new customers to get a no sweat bet up to $1,500 if your first bet doesn't hit. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.